guys, I'm Carolyn from Tranquil Mentor, and I do videos on DIYs and reviews and more. And if you like that kind of content, you'll love my channel. With that, let's get into the video. Today we will be using these items from my DollarTree haul to create some DIY patriotic decor. I took 2 American flags so that we could hot glue them together and make a pillow. These flags are 24 by 12.5 or so, and they make great little small lumbar pillows. You can put them out on the patio or put them on your couch or in a chair. I used 2 of the flags because it's easier to match them up instead of trying to get another piece of fabric and cut it and keep it square. So it works out perfect. Next, what we'll do is we'll cut off these plastic rods because we're not going to need them for this project. What we need to do here is make sure that the right sides are together and then that the 2 blue parts with the stars are opposite. Next, what we'll do is we'll take these pink clips that I get from DollarTree, and I'm just going to clip these edges. It does help line up a little bit. There is a crease in there, but I won't worry about that. It just, you won't see it once the stuffing is in the pillow. But I'll move these around a little bit until I get just the right spot. And then I have these finger protectors that I get from DollarTree also. And I'm going to put those on because sometimes you do get burned. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen. And what I'll do too is just open up this seam. I'm going to take my hot glue gun and make a seam down the side here, just a small thin area of hot glue. And you really don't need much, and you just try to keep it as close to the edge as you can. I have glued all of the edges, and I've left a small opening, probably about 7 or 8 inches, to put the stuffing in. And I'm going to turn this pillow inside out, and then we'll be putting the stuffing in. For the stuffing, you can use an old pillow or some pillows that maybe you've had in other pillows that you made before, or sometimes Walmart has a pretty good price on their pillows, and it's actually cheaper than going to one of the craft stores and getting filler. You can also use grocery store bags, any kind of bags that you have around your house. It's just that sometimes these are very clear on the back, very transparent, so it needs to be lighter. Or if it's going to be faced to the back, say on a chair or something, you might not have to worry about it. And when you're done stuffing your pillow, you'll glue the ends here, the little opening, and I'm going to put my finger protectors on because sometimes I do get burned doing this. And we'll take the hot glue gun and just glue up that seam. I usually try to do it in 2 pieces if I can. Glue the one side and then I go and glue the other. And then we'll just fluff it up a bit, move that cushioning around in there, the filler around a little bit. It's a little bit lumpy sometimes, but just work with it and you can get it just right. It looks great. Another way to make these flag pillows is using a chair cover from DollarTree. I haven't seen these before, but I'm sure that they've been at my store. And these are great because they're very, very large. They're a big, big size, and they have all of the seams already sewn together. So it's just perfect. You can just put the filler right in, and the whole bottom area is open. So you will have a large area to get filler in. The cover is 24.5 inches by 15.5 inches. I was using filler from an old patio cushion, and it was in one big block. So what I did was leave the entire bottom open, stuffed it, put in my block there, and then I glued the whole bottom seam shut with my glue gun. If you're just putting in regular filler, it may be a little bit easier just to glue some of the edges up and just leave a 7 or 8 inch opening for the filler. Now just fluff it up till you like it, and I think this will look great. I have a park bench out front on my front porch, and I think it will look perfect out there. It gives a nice punch of color to the porch, makes it look patriotic, and it's large enough to be seen from the road. I just love the way this turned out. Next, we will be making pillows with bandanas from the DollarTree. These bandanas have 2 in 1 pack, and both sides have different patterns. So if you get tired of one side or it gets faded by being outside, you can just turn it over. And we're going to be making them the same way we've made the other pillows. You're going to match them up with the right sides together, glue them, and then turn them inside out and put your filler in. And the next bandana is a blue bandana, and it has a different pattern also on the back side. So it's like getting 2 pillows in one. I just love them. For our next DIY, we will be making some patriotic garland. I'm using Craftsmart paint in blue and red. Dollar Tree has these wooden stars in a package, but there's also hearts and flowers in there too. But I needed 6 stars for my garland, so I bought 3 packs. And I will use the other hearts and flowers in another DIY for sure. I know they won't go to waste. And we will be painting 3 blue stars and 3 red stars and then wait for them to dry. We will be using these beads from Dollar Tree from the Seaside collection. We will glue them on the backs of the stars and position them so that we can put the jute twine through them to string them on. And the holes in the beads will be in the horizontal position. Next, we'll be taking one of the Dollar Tree scarves and cutting that into 1-inch wide strips and about 6 or 7 inches or so tall. Sometimes you can find these on the end caps at the Dollar Tree store, and then sometimes they're sporadically located throughout the aisles. Just have to take a look for them. They usually have them. crafting and DIYing are very therapeutic. There's no stress in crafting. It's great for lowering anxiety also. And meditation is another way to reduce stress and anxiety. Even if you just have a few minutes a day, you can meditate. You can even just take 15 minutes. And you don't have to have a mantra or anything. If you don't have one, that's good. If you have one, that's good. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go out on my back porch and I'll isolate everything out and I'll just concentrate on the breeze. And then I'll take some deep breaths in and just let them out. And also logging this time, maybe in a logbook or a journal, is really helpful. Next, we will string our stars onto the jute twine. I wanted my garland to be about 4 feet long or so. And I did some measurements and I positioned the stars about every 6 inches apart. It doesn't have to be exact unless you want it exact. I used a ruler and then I cut some pieces. They're about 6 inches or so. Tied a knot next to each bead on one side and then the other, and I did that so that I could keep the beads from sliding side to side. And what I did was, when I got done tying the knots side to side, I just trimmed off the excess pieces. Next, we will take some red ribbon or whatever you have on hand. I happen to have red Ofray ribbon. I think this is from Walmart years ago. I just happen to have it in my stash. I measured about 6 inches or so and then made 4 or 5 loops with the ribbon, and then I cut them into pieces so that I could tie them halfway between each of the stars and also one on each end, and then I trimmed them to a nice length. Then we'll take those pieces that we cut up from the scarf and we're going to tie those right on top of the red ribbon. Next, we will be tying a loop at the end of the garland. I didn't cut the jute twine until now. I just kept unrolling what I needed from the ball. This way, I could even up the edges of the garland if I needed to, or if I just needed some more twine. I found these wooden hangers at DollarTree and some wooden planks. Sometimes there are just hidden gems. At one of my DollarTrees, they seem to put the excess wooden crafter square items in other places throughout the store. I found these on the bottom shelf in the party section. Sometimes you just never know. I took 2 of the wooden hangers and 2 of the wooden planks. The wooden hangers measure 18 inches by 4.5 inches, and the smaller pieces are 11.5 by 3 inches. And I'm going to take my red Craft Smart paint and just dip my brush in some water just to give it a little bit of a wash look and just paint these up. I took the twine handles out of the wood and I didn't fill the holes in or anything because they really weren't going to show. And then I just took that sanding block that I got from DollarTree and I sanded them up and then painted them. I took all 4 planks and then the Statue of Liberty sign, and I positioned the wood pieces so that there was some room on the sides, about a 1/2 inch or so, well, about 1.5 inches, and all around the edges. And the edges aren't going to show, so it didn't have to be so precise. And then once I got them into place, I hot glued the planks together, and then I took the Statue of Liberty sign and I glued that onto the wood. we're going to be gluing red, white, and blue flowers all around the frame. I bought about 6 bundles of the red, white, and blue carnations from DollarTree, and I had some red, white, and blue roses and some carnations on hand. And the amount that you use is going to depend on the size of the flowers. And what I did was I started out at the corners and I glued 2 flowers crisscross with a lot of glue in my glue gun. It's easier if you take wire cutters first and then you cut off a bunch of the flowers, and then what you'll do is you'll hot glue them into place, and you just have to hold on to them for a bit while they dry. And our flowers are all glued on, and I love the way this looks so far. Now we'll need a way to hang it up. I'm going to use that red Ofray ribbon and measure it out about where I want it, where I want the hanger. And I'll tie the ends with a loop and a knot, and then that way I'll have a bigger surface. So I can put a huge amount of hot glue on it, and then when that dries, I'll put another huge amount on it, and then some more blobs, and then so on, and that should hold it into place. Also, I'm going to take a heat gun and try to get that label off the back. It was on pretty tight there, and after I get that label off, I'll just paint that whole area red. Even though it's going up against the wall, I still want it to look nice on the back. I'm so excited about how this turned out. It's so bright and colorful, and it's going to look great in my entryway. Hey guys, crafting and DIYing is a great outlet for stress and anxiety, along with meditation, manifestation, and mindfulness. I have a free downloadable meditation guide that I'm going to put in the description link down below. It has helped me tremendously, and I just wanted to share it with you. It will be in PDF format, so you'll have to use a PDF reader or something like Adobe or whatever you use to view documents like that. I'm also working on an Amazon logbook for meditation, and when I finish it, I'm going to put it on Amazon.com, and I'll put that link in the description for you below. Thanks for watching my video today. I appreciate you so very much. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next one.